What's up everybody, it's Math at Home here. It's our third lesson today, which is going to be about workbook page 78. Together, we will answer this page. So open up your workbooks on page 78 and let's get started. Okay, so we have some questions, geometrical questions on page 78, which we start with question 3. How many of each of these polygons will you need in total to make nets for all 4 solid shapes? Okay, so apparently we're having 4 solid shapes, starting from cuboid, a prism, a hexagonal prism, and a pyramid. Okay, so let's see if we open the nets for these shapes, what we're going to have. So in order, about the cuboid, we will have 2 squares plus, and we will have 4 rectangles. About the prism, we will have 2 triangles plus 3 rectangles. About the hexagonal prism, we will have 2 hexagons, and which is one in the bottom, the other one in the top, and we will have 6 rectangles all around it. Last but not least, for the pyramid, we will have 1 square and 4 triangles. Okay, now let's count the number of the triangles we have here. Let me adjust the pen. All right, so we have about the triangles, we have 4 triangles here and 2 of them here. So all together, I'm going to have 6 triangles. About squares, I will have 2 squares here, one of them here, and I think that is all, which is going to make 3. About rectangles, we're going to have 4 rectangles here, 3 here, 7, 6 here, 13. So we will have 13 rectangles. And about the hexagon, the only hexagons that we've got here is about the hexagonal prism, which is going to be 2 only. Therefore, about these solid shapes, we will have 6 triangles, 3 squares, 13 rectangles, and 2 hexagons. Question number 4. Afia makes 2 cubes with these nets. She wants to arrange the numbers 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60 so that the opposite faces on the cube have the same total. Write the numbers on the face of each net to help Afia with her cubes. Okay, so naturally, in order to start, I will start by writing down the numbers. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. So in order to make it easier for me, I will start by choosing the numbers in 2 opposite sides. So 10 and 60, which is going to make 70, 20 and 50, which is going to make 70 again, and 30 and 40. So when you're going to sort these numbers on different faces of the cube, you need to be careful that these numbers should be on the opposite side of each other. Okay, so let's say this part of the cube, this part of the cube, this face, is going to be the base of it. So obviously I can start writing 10 here. So if this is the base, once you fold it, this part is going to be the top part of it. Yeah, you could imagine, because this part is going to be one side, and this part is going to fold on it, which is going to make the top part of it. So obviously 60 here. Okay, so 10 and, I'm sorry. So 10 and 60 gone. Let's say about 20. Once I write 20 here, can you differentiate which side is going to be the opposite side? Brilliant. So the number related to 20 is going to be 50 in order to make a total of 70. So 50 is going to be sitting here. So the other numbers are going to be 30 and 40. So if you make this net on a paper and fold it exactly the way it is here, these numbers are going to face on the opposite side of each other, which all of them are going to make a total of 70. Like 10 and 60 is going to make 70, 20 and 50, and 30 and 40. Going to the other net, let's say my base is here. So I will start with base and write 30 here, for example. If I fold this net, so obviously this one is going to be on one side, and this one by folding down is going to be on the other face. So what is remaining for me is going to be this one as my top of the cube. So I will go 40 here. And since I cannot fold these in order to show it to you, you could easily grab some paper using scissors. Be careful. Cut these papers and nets and try to fold in order to make a cube. Then you will understand these numbers are going to sit exactly opposite to each other. So if I start with 50 here, the number related to 50 is 20, and once I imagine how I fold it, the opposite face is going to be this one, and the last pair of numbers are going to be 10 and 60. I will ask you to make these nets at home with paper, and go for it, please, to see if the answers I have written here are working out in real life. Let's go to other question. Question number 5. Estimate, measure, and name the angles in this picture. All right. Okay. Starting with angle A, I could see that if it were a right angle, which means this one, it would look something like this. While you can see that it's way less than a right angle. So by using a protractor, I could understand that A is going to measure at 55 degrees. So about angle A, we will have 55 degrees. And since you know that any angle less than 90 degrees is going to be called an acute angle. Okay, about angle B, we will set our protractor and measure this angle, which is going to make 115 degrees. So angle B is 115 degrees, so it'll be an obtuse angle. About C, however, as you could see, C is covering all the way from start point till here. So you could see that C actually is a straight angle. You don't need to measure it. But in order to make sure, do so please. So C is going to be 180 degrees, a straight angle. About D, you could understand from the look of it that it looks like a right angle. So by measuring it, we will see that angle D is 90 degrees, so it is a right angle. About E, we will measure angle E. These are two lines of the angle. By putting our protractor in a proper position, which I taught you how to do, you will end up by 45 degrees, which is an acute angle. Question 6. Calculate and name the missing angles A, B, and C. Okay, actually you don't need to measure these angles using a protractor, because before I told you, these angles here, what we have here from this side to the other one, is actually, if I have a little bit more space, are actually straight angles. So about any straight angle, you already know that they are 180 degrees. So once you have this 75 degree here, and if you want to find the remaining part here, all you need to do is minus this angle out of 180. Therefore, we will have 180 minus 75 degrees, which is going to give us 105 degrees. So angle A is 105 degrees, which we call it an obtuse angle. About B, we will have 180 minus 120, which is 60 degrees. So angle B is going to be 60 degrees, an acute angle. About angle C, if this part is 35 and hold this angle from here to here is 180, so what is left for part C will be 180 minus 35 degrees, which is going to give us 145 degrees. So angle C is 145 degrees, which is an obtuse angle. So basically, this is what it was for today's session about the workbook, page 78. I hope you all have answered the questions correctly. See you next session with another video. Bye-bye.